Shalom, shalom. Hey, I'm your Captain Shamshawan. I got with me
Officer Asher.
and we about to dive into this thing tonight. Why our Christian church is anti-Shemitic. I know it's a hot topic going on right now dealing with Kyrie Irving. You feel me? You done got your boy Kanye West out there spitting some, hitting you with a couple of tidbits. We even got I'm gonna try to find a clip. I just saw the clip dealing with Omar Stoudemire even speaking on about what Kyrie Irving is saying. But we want to dive into a few scripts, but it's mostly going to be how can I say it? Just a conversation with the people. If you know anybody that want to try to come online, log in. If they got any tidbits to say about this topic, about being anti-Shemitic, what does it mean? What is it? Why is it? And who are the people? Do we really need to discuss who the people are here and on this channel, as we done already brought up who the people are, according to the prophecies, according to the Torah, the Tanakh, and the Bible. Everything we do here is Bible based. We go by what the scripture says, sola scriptura, as they might say in the Latin tongue. Hey, I took a little bit of seminary school, you feel me? So I understand how they will try to portray certain things. But yeah, turn it down for the king. So we can understand what is really going on. So again, if you know anybody that would like to log in, put their little 2 cents in, we're gonna be doing that tonight. Sorry for a late start. I had to update some things on my laptop, but we got it going. The camera looking nice. I hope the sound is clear and beautiful. But we're gonna go ahead and open up with Colossians 3:17.
Come. It's the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17.
Come.
And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Adonai Yahushua, giving thanks to the Adonai and the Father by him.
So whatever we do in our words and in our deeds, we always going to give thanks to the Heavenly Father in the name of a Mashiach Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Reason I say ignorantly, because they only going to go by with what they see in the Bible, but they got to understand there was no J's. We understand that here. And we just dive back into the original tongue dealing with the ancient Lashon Kodash, which is the ancient tongue of Hebrew. But we're going to show a quick clip of our boy Kyrie Irving at this darn press interview after one of the games, you feel me? And as he was talking about when he promoted, as they trying to say he promoted, but all he did is saw something. Hey, dang, maybe a few people should be able to watch this. I'm going to tweet it. I think he put it in a tweet, if I'm not mistaken. He put the thing up, Hebrews to Negroes. I suggest a few people, not a few, but I suggest people go watch it. It's a powerful informational video. He's grabbing information, stuff that's around. We saw the video, I want to say 4 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a little longer. It's hard to pinpoint, but we watched it because they had a viewing down at a church in Hollywood. So when the brother came into town and they wanted to, we went down there and supported, as we do as Israelites, as family. We supported the video because again, he has it on Amazon. Have they taken it down off of Amazon? I don't know, but hey, I might even go home and watch it tonight myself. Just found out I had Amazon Prime, didn't realize it. I looked at that bill like, what's going on? But I digress. Let me get into it. Let me share my screen. Hey, where's my share button at? Where's that? There we go. Share my screen. Chrome tab. Boop. Share. We're going to dive into this real quick, family. I'm going to play the first parts. Let me see how it sounds.
It's a title given to Christ, Philippians 2:11. And my name translates in the Hebrew language as Yahweh. So I went on the Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what? Let me see if there are any documentaries on Yahweh. So went in the search bar, typed in Yahweh. I went on the Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what?
Yeah, it's good.
It's good? All right, fine. I'm going to keep going.
That came up. Went out and shared it on my platform. That was my night. In terms of the backlash or what people call it, we're in 2022. History is not supposed to be hidden from anybody.
Keyword, history is not supposed to be hidden from anyone. It's 2022. It's too easy to Google something. Books are online, so you can go get this information. It's everywhere.
And I'm not a divisive person when it comes to religion. I embrace all walks of life. You see it on all my platforms. I talk to all races, all cultures, all religions, and my response would be,
oh yeah, fair use, fair use.
It's
fair
not
use,
about educating yourself.
Oh, that's somebody saying put fair use.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that fair use because just in case they try to copyright it, fair use.
Oh, yeah,
fair use, fair use, fair use.
But again, this is as they say,
a reaction
video. The first parts of this is a reaction video. That's why I'm gonna pause throughout so we can see what is he talking about. So off rip, he's talking about he was sitting around. He understand that came across the name Yahweh. He wants to see what's on Amazon dealing with the word Yahweh. That movie popped up because we say Yahweh. You feel me? We know him as Yahweh, Yahweh. I don't want to say Yehuda because that's dealing with Judah, but it's the fact that he was doing research on the name. Some might even say Jehovah. You feel me? So you might come across certain movies, but darn, this is a different one. Hebrews to Negro. What's that about? Let's look at this and see what's going on. It ain't no different than it's a Christian wanting to look at a movie called what is called God's Choice or God's Plan or something like that they have on the same platform. It's a movie or a documentary as they want to put out on the History Channel. It's a documentary. If you want to say it's anti-anything, go do your research and debunk it then. Pull up the facts to see, okay, what he said here is wrong because of this. But is anybody going to, or they just going to run with the rhetoric of, oh, it's this. It's anti-Shemitic.
And that's a good point. That's a very good point.
Do your research. If you see what he's talking about, debunk it with research. But who's going to go out and literally do the research? No one. You feel me? They're just going to run their mouths and nobody really going to sit down and say, well, let me see. Just the same way as they did a bunch of research on your boy, and it's big right now. So on every platform, Jeffrey Dahmer, they make movies about that. Let's break that down, why he was eating people. But you ain't going to break down the most sacred thing that you say you love God. But you ain't going to see what God got to say about it. Nobody does that. Everybody say they love God, but nobody want to crack open the Bible. Nobody want to crack open the Tanakh, the Torah, and see what is being said.
And there's one thing too that's kind of that you said about Jeffrey Dahmer. There's people that are understanding towards Jeffrey Dahmer's situation, him being a serial killer. He's a serial killer, and people are sympathetic towards him, but they can't be sympathetic towards Kyrie and Kanye for what they're saying.
Think about that.
Let that ponder. Let that sit. Let that sit on your mental. I'll let it marinate.
We understand why. I ain't gonna go there. They're sympathetic. Now, this is the craziness. They're sympathetic to a person. Should I even talk about? I'm gonna talk about just a tidbit.
That's a sodomite.
Not that. Not even that. But that one don't even know if I'm a boy or a girl.
Right.
Y'all will go out and have history lessons, scientific evidence on genders. When did the gender role change? When did that just happen to pop? I digress. Let's dive back into this interview. Fair use. That's all I'm saying.
Fair use.
What Semitism is and what anti-Semitism is. It's really about learning the root words of where these come from and understand.
What's wrong with a man telling you learn the root words and where did they come from?
And that this is an African heritage.
The reason he can say it's an African heritage because when you look at Israel, where's Israel located at? It's located on the, as they say, the continental plates of Africa. What's wrong with that? How can everything? And it's just something to think about. Everything is black, but you got this little tip where they're white. That's out the blue. They try to tell us in science, oh, see, you was in the cold, so that's why your skin turned white. Yeah. When you're in the hot, your skin person turns black. So, hey, but I digress. Let's keep going.
That is also belonging to the people. Africa is in it, whether we want to dismiss it or not. So the claims of anti-Semitism and who are the original chosen people of God, and we go into these religious conversations, and it's a big no-no. I don't live my way like that. I don't live my life that way. Excuse me. I grew up in a melting pot, and I say a melting pot of all races, white, black.
And the melting pot is America. That's the melting pot he's talking about. How can you get upset with a man who's around a different bunch of cultures and stuff, and you don't want him understanding these other cultures?
And then trying to understand who he is around these other people, because he's seeing these other people having a sort of a sense of identity toward themselves, and he's wondering, what is my identity? Where do I belong in this melting pot? You get what I'm saying? So I yield.
Black, red, yellow, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and you can see the way I live my life now. I'm not here to be divisive. So
nobody said Kevin Gates was anti-Semitic when he said he's dealing with the Quran. And we know what them people want to do to them over there. Nobody say nothing to him. Oh, you're anti-Semitic because you're promoting. They invited him on the Breakfast Club quick. They ain't gonna invite Kanye to the Breakfast Club to discuss what he want to talk about. But I thought y'all was there to be journalists. Everybody want to say what? Oh, you're this, you're that. But do your research and come back and find out. I put a challenge out there to the Breakfast Club, to a hot 97 point whatever. Do your research. Do it. It don't take much to pick up a book and read. Don't go by what they're telling you. You go get the books and debunk it. Now, mind you, if a real researcher just don't grab biased books, you get the spectrum of all types of books to get the side of both stories to understand, okay, and then you have to come up with your own conclusion. Right? But at the end of the day, if you call yourself a Christian, you got to understand how Christians even came to be. They went around murdering people for their cause.
For the sake of their Lord.
For the sake of their Lord.
For the sake of their
they
Lord.
They murdered people.
We shall slay the heathen.
Slay the heathen. These savages.
Sacrilegious heathens.
But that's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
If they literally took the book of the Torah and the Tanakh and said, no, it's ours, and we're going to call it the Bible, isn't that nothing but anti-Shemitic? Because you're stealing their birthrights. You saying it ain't just for you no more. Everybody can go. What's the word? Inclusive?
Yeah.
It's inclusive now? So everybody can get a piece of the pie? Why y'all ain't fighting them? Why y'all ain't knocking on the Pope? Pope, you're anti-Semitic. You stole our books and you're saying you're the people now. But it's all about the faith. What's the other word they like to use when they say it's in the spirit? We're spiritual Israelites now? Yeah, when they look at you like, nigga, that's nonsense. That's nonsense for you to say something foolish like that. And that's why they don't battle not like that. But because when you say, nah, we ain't talking about no spiritual battle. We talking about we're the blood. Oh, no. You want to say no to that. But where are these churches at on every Sunday? Why the Jewish people ain't out there picketing? You anti-Semitic. I digress. Let's keep listening to them.
They could push their agenda. I don't want to say they, because I'm not identifying any one group or race of people, but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence.
He should have said they, but again, he's trying to be political correct. We didn't understand who owns all these companies. It's no hidden secret to us. And then all you got to do is sit down. You can go on these websites. That's public information, and look up to see who owns what.
You can look up who owns NBC right now. You can see the owner who owns NBC, and it's a so-called Jewish man. He owns it, but they want to like push the narrative that they don't own these big companies. They want to keep everybody in this docile state of thinking that, oh, they're just a lowly, poor, victimized people. They still push that even now to this day, but they are really riding the high places of the earth today. They don't want people to really too much know about that they're on top, and they've been living on top for a little while now. They don't want people to know that at all.
And we're gonna hit it after this when we get into those people.
Right.
Influence on my community, and what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done, or I'm campaigning for anything. All I do is post things for my people in my community and knows that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism obviously wasn't meant for them.
Hopefully I'm understanding what you said, and I want to make sure I get it right because I don't want to misquote it.
I don't expect understanding from a media conglomerate group that just
And that makes
sincerely
beautiful
talks about the game of basketball, and then we
and that makes beautiful sense of what he's saying. You not gonna understand because you so wrapped up in your emotions. You rather dwell with your emotions than with your logic first. Than to really seek out what I'm trying to speak or what I'm trying to say. You don't want to listen to me what I gotta say because it don't make you feel good. It's something rough. It's something that's different that you ain't never heard before. So it's messing with your spirit. You don't want to listen to me. So why should I even try to have this conversation with you if you can't even see it from an open lens? That's what he's basically saying.
And he said he's going to try to dive into asking these man questions.
Right.
But he said that you would have said, all right, cool. Well, let's talk about the game. Because mind you, this is about basketball. At the end of the day, he's a basketball player. You should be there asking him about basketball things. When what is it called? I'm trying to see a topic that happened in the world.
Right.
You ain't go to him and ask him about these topics that was going on in the world when stuff happened. You feel me? When the people in Korea,
and 150 people got stampeded.
How I don't know. How y'all just outside and a stampede just happened of people
that was the most
killed other people.
Right.
Where are these questions at? If y'all feel that y'all are just asking questions about the world,
right?
No, this is basketball. So why nobody asked, man, well, how do you feel about mine? It happened afterwards.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure none of these reporters went after a game. Hey, man, how do you feel about the people that stampede in Korea? They ain't asking these questions. But because he put one post up out of a billion, oh, no, we don't care about those. What about this one? Mm-hmm. Because you can't be saying stuff like this. You can say whatever, but don't say this. And he's going to bring that topic up. Watch.
We bring up religion as if it's correlative at times when it's convenient for people to bring it up. So please just be direct with your question so we can move on from this and I can talk about the game and go home to my son, Elohim, and my wife, Marlene, okay?
Right, that from that point on, he should say, okay, he want to talk about the game. You should have automatically switched and start talking about the game. No. But let's see what these
media.
The
media wants to portray him as.
Am I to take it that this was what you shared was not something that you've even watched? This was you did watch it or either watch it or read it.
The man literally just said he watched it at the very beginning. So now you're going to come back and say, oh, is this something you didn't watch? Dude, I just literally said, what can I look at? Let's see, Elohim. Ooh, I just see stuff online. We're like, oh, look at that. They talk about Elohim post. Bing, and go to sleep. No, the man looked at it. Of course he looked at it. Why would you look up something and say, I want to see what's going on with this word? Why? And then you don't look at it? Come on, man. That's like saying, man, I want to look about aliens. Ooh, aliens versus predator. Post that and then go play video game. That's not the same thing. Who does that? But that's just showing how they try to play on people's intelligence. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, I wish my brother Kyrie, I wish my brother Kanye, and a lot of more other brothers, you feel me, went ahead and just said, you know what? Let's go ahead and deal with these Israelites. What's the name? That boy Mike Epps, you feel me? They was trying to perpetrate us, him and his comedian friends. And when them comedian friends dropped dead for mocking the prophets, that boy stopped acting around real quick. They stopped playing around real fast. They know it, but they try to take it as a joke. Let's play around with it. Not knowing, dude, this is what's going to get us out of our situations. This is what's going to stop having brothers stand on the block selling drugs to their brother. You feel me?
It changes the culture.
It changes the culture to a dramatic way.
Yep.
I had a lot of time to read a lot. Read a whole bunch. Good and bad.
It's real low.
So then do you, I guess, understand or not understand those that might imply that work had anti-Semitic leanings in it? I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so
we're in 2022. It's on Amazon, a public platform. Whether you want to go watch it or not is up to you. There's things being posted every day. I'm no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different.
Check. Dang, ain't gonna be able to have the screen behind it. Is it back on? Check YouTube. So, yep, it's back on. Sorry, family. Got darn power went out for some odd reason. Well, we back. Audio ain't going to be like it is because something happened with my mic as well. What does it sound like?
Something good.
All right, we're going to deal with this how it is, family. Well, background went out, everything went out the power, but let's dive back into this real quick.
You guys come in here and make up this powerful influence I have over top of the adultery of you cannot post that. Why not? Everybody posts everything else. You saw the word nigger going up on Twitter, right?
I'm gonna pause right there. Now we tried finding some clips as we was looking for this clip. Other clips was blurring out this section here where he said y'all see the word nigger and y'all don't say bad things about that. Y'all allow that to be said. Why? Because it's demeaning to us. Anything that's evil towards us, they don't care about. They don't go on there like, hey man, why was you at the strip club? Well, I'm gonna say Mayweather. Why you was at the strip club and you dropped $1 million in there? Don't you know that's wrong? You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be exploiting the women in there like that. Where's the feminist movement at when they say no, don't do that? Where's these people at? You feel me? When the evil happened, but soon as somebody say or talk about, hey, that's me. I'm the chosen. Oh no, you can't say that because they know it does something to the psyche of a person, especially in our community. We'll live different lives and we'll act right. Plus, according to what Judah 5:20 always says, if these people understood and they didn't commit no sin, then God would fight for them. They don't want our power fighting for us. That's why they want to constantly make sure we sin it. Make sure we in a docile state and make sure we stay in sin. This is their objective. This is what they want to do.
I don't hear an uproar of that. I'm not here to be divisive on what's going on this or that. I'm not comparing Jews to blacks. I'm not comparing white to black. I'm not doing that. That conversation is dismissive, and it constantly revolves around the rhetoric of who are the chosen people of God. And I'm not here to argue over a person or a culture or religion or what they believe. No, this is what is here. It's on a public platform. Did I do anything illegal? Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did I do anything illegal? Did I hurt anybody? Did I harm anybody? Am I going out and saying that I hate one specific group of people? So out of all the judgment that people got from me posting, I just, without talking to me, and then I respect what Joe said, but there has a lot to do with the not ego or pride of how proud I am to be an African heritage, but also to be living as a free black man here in America, knowing the historical complexities.
So that lets us know he's not free. Because if you're going to sit up here and ridicule me on something that's in a video that's on a public platform, why are you coming at me? I didn't say I hated no one. I don't even think in that movie it said hate someone. I need you to go out there and you hate all people. Understand the scriptures never said nothing like that. Scriptures say get along with all men peaceably, as it seems fit. Sometimes it's hard to get along with somebody who's constantly hitting you. If you constantly hitting me, it's going to be kind of hard to get along with you. So what I do, I'm going to separate myself from you. I'm going to go over here so you can't hit me. Now, if you follow me over here and you constantly keep hitting me, what do you want me to do? As they said this, do you call the sheep that tried to defend himself the culprit? The bad one? I'm the sheep. All I'm trying to do is defend myself against a wolf.
It's like, prime example.
Come on now.
If you back a dog up against a corner, and you beating on the dog and he's back into the corner, what is the first thing you're gonna do? He gonna lunge out. And he gonna try to bite. He gonna try to kill you because he's trying to protect himself and his well-being. You backed him into the corner. He moved out the way, but you just kept pushing him. And then after now that dog get aggressive and now he bites you and he do a great damage on you. Now you want to be like, oh, woe is me, why I'm hurt. But you the one who kept antagonizing. It's your fault. Nobody else's.
And that's what I'm saying. This man ain't going out and talking about you heathens. I must murder you for my Lord's sake and for my Lord and Savior. This is what Christians did. Christians did that. They went around and slaughtered people. What happened to the Indians? The people that did that to the Indians called themselves Christian because we got to rectify these savages. How you going to come to somewhere else and how they live and call them people savages? What, your phone or that?
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
because he was monitoring it. I got mine. So we're going to monitor it just to see. Sorry,
I got a precept for when he said, so y'all trying to dehumanize me? Like, they pretty much hate him. This is the book of John, chapter 15, verse 18. If the world hated you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of this world, the world will love his own. But because ye are not of this world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you.
Start from the top again for me.
This is the book of John, chapter 15, verse 18.
Cut.
If the world hated you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
Pause right there. Now, we going around talking about who the world hates. If the world hates you, know it hated me first. I can only know a group of people that hated the so-called Jewish person. Just a few. The Germans. You feel me? Hated them. But when it comes down to us, everybody hates us. It's like everybody hates Chris.
Right.
Everybody hates us. We don't have nobody standing up for us at the UN. When the atrocities was going on with us, no other country in the world stood up and said, no, stop lynching them niggas. Nobody said that.
Better yet, every country had a hand in it. They had their hand in the pot, getting a piece of the pot. Let me get that. You got some slaves? Let me bring them some over here. I like that. I like what y'all doing with them. Let me do it over here in my country.
And that's the crazy part. As he's bringing that out. See, I want to try to find a clip where it talked about Hitler and Margaret Sanger sending letters to each other. Well, hey, I love what you're doing to the niggas over there. Hey, I love what you're doing to the Jewish people over there. Well, they sending these letters back and forth to each other. You feel me? Nobody thought that, the same thing when the Jewish people, as they say, that's where the ghetto came from. Because I was listening to Clubhouse and that nonsense this morning as they was trying to bring that out. But the same time that Hitler was doing that to Jewish people, I understand it was Negroes over in Germany as well. And you know what it was doing to us? Castrating us. Chopping our testicles off so we can't reproduce. Burn me, homeboy. I'd rather get burned. Why you think they was burning them in furnaces? Because the Bible said Christ was burnt in a furnace. This is how black he was. So he did that to them because you tried to portray something that you're not. Believe it or not, Hitler was a Jewish man. Hitler wasn't his original name. I can't pronounce it, but the information is out there. Are people going to go do the research and see if I'm lying or not? Debunk what I'm saying. And that's all they got to do with these people, debunk them. But only way to debunk something, you have to first do your research. And no one is going to go do the research. They're going to sit there and just go with what everyone else is saying. But let's finish this interview out.
For me to get here. So I'm not going to stand down on anything that I believe in. I'm only going to get stronger because I'm not alone. I have a whole army around me.
I know.
Okay, Reed, while we're on the topic of promotion, why did you decide to promote something that
And he was real adamant by saying promote.
Alex Jones said. That was
That's it on that. We're gonna digress from that. Let's go back to the.
And it's funny, and you can see how Esau trying to be smooth with his words, but you could tell that his swords were drawn because he was trying to trip him up. Yeah. He was trying to trip him up with that word promote, and all praise to the Most High that Kyrie has the wisdom to catch on to that, to say, what you mean? I'm trying to promote something. I'm not trying to promote anything. All I did was post this title of a video that I watched. That's it. Nothing more, nothing else. I didn't say, hey, y'all need to go check this out. Y'all need to look at this.
Pause real quick. Okay. Now I got my brother Yehuda telling me that this boy about to go donate $500,000 to the Jews for his remarks. Y'all heard about it. Oh man, if he did, man, that's messed up, man.
I feel like that's the NBA trying to do it.
Well, oh, look at my brother. He talking about this too. I'm gonna post that real quick. Media or media is also the name of a Greek goddess and enchantress. And I mind you, I can see how it enchants you because you're sure enough looking at something that tell a vision. So best way to do it is with a god. Hey man, you can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make this stuff up, man. You cannot make this up. What my brother said. Oh, he said that's why he said that. Correct. I'm gonna go post that too. All right. That video we just watched is for a disclaimer under Section 107 Copyright Act. Everything was a disclaimer in the video we just played. So it was fair use act in a sense. We just usually did fair use. I ain't gonna say unboxing, but that's a quick topic on it. You feel me? A response video as we went through and did it. But finish that verse off for me.
This is the book of John, chapter 15, verse 18.
If
the world hated you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world, the world will love his own.
Say that again.
If ye were of the world would love his own.
If you wasn't talking about the things, what he's saying, the world would be loving Kyrie Irving. Mind you, this is Uncle Drew.
That's a good point.
This is Uncle Drew. Yeah. They love that movie. Everybody flocked to see this movie of the old man. And you know he started a trend of athletes dressing up like old people and going out there fooling these young cats, thinking what he started this trend. This is the man who started the trend of doing that. This Uncle Drew, baby. But now everybody hate him because of what he said.
Mm-hmm. He ain't Uncle Drew no more.
Nobody brings that out. You feel me?
He's a black nigga.
He's a nigga.
He's a good playing basketball nigga.
That's it.
That's what he is now.
He's a good performer on that court.
Right.
But that's the wild part about this, man. We sorry again, family. Sorry for the late start. We was trying to get some stuff together. Even sorry for last week. That plantation beating your boy down right now. Even now, I'm getting beat down, but I said I can't miss it 2 weeks in a row. You feel me? I was knocked out. I had to wake up. I got to get this in today because they jumping on Kyrie, and I'm listening to certain people talking. I'm like, well, according to y'all understanding, anti-Shemitic is someone who hate Jews or trying to steal birthrights of this nature. But that's what the Christian church does. That's what they're all about. Every sect of them. And there's many different denominations of them. The Jehovah's Witness, every one of them is trying to steal something from you. But y'all don't say nothing to them. It don't even dawn on you that is the same thing. They're doing the exact same thing because they're not saying it. They're the blood one. Oh, it's okay. But they saying they're the spiritual one. I done been to Israel and I done told y'all several times before about when you walk in that temple, they show you that video. They don't got no niggas in there. I'm saying niggas because that's what they call us. I can say Negro to try to be politically correct. Or they don't got no black folk in their video. When they just had a description of heaven, there's no black people there. When they say this is going to be the heaven because we got our third temple being built and this and that there. What happened? What happened? So this class is really based on that. We was going to do a class on Obadiah. You feel me? But that's just a different sect of Esau. We got Esau, we got Amalek. These are two different sects, you feel me, of people that hate the Israelites. The so-called African people are in there as well. They're not escaping. And to say every time they even bring us up, the BHI, you literally, and that's just like a stab. When you say Black Hebrew Israelites, that is a stab at us.
And it hurts. I ain't gonna lie. Every time I hear, so y'all the Black Hebrew, some in my spirit, it's like a record that scratches when I hear Black Hebrew Israelites. No, we are not Black Hebrew Israelites. We are Hebrew Israelites. That's it. Everybody knows that, but they continue to be very disrespectful and rude.
No, the real thing is we're just Israelites. That's it. That's what we really are to the core of it. We speak Hebrew and we're Israelites. We come from what's the dude in Genesis 10 and 12? I believe it's 10 and 12. Eber. There you go. Who was the first Hebrew? We descended from him. He went down to Abraham. Abraham was a Hebrew. He had many different sons. All his sons was Hebrew. But the blessing was given to Isaac, not Ishmael. We deal with Isaac. Everything that came from Isaac. You feel me? Not Esau, but Jacob. Jacob was given the promises. So it went down to Jacob. We're descendants from Jacob. Why is it so wrong to say that? If there's 12 tribes and I ask you what tribe you come from and you can't tell me,
there's a problem.
There's a problem there.
There's a big problem.
So out of all y'all trying to tell me, what if I told you I come from the seed of Manasseh? And I ask you, if I go into you and me a synagogue and ask, hey man, what tribe you from? And you can't tell me that, you should think like, hey, there's a problem there. Because I done read in the Torah, in Genesis 49, what will be happening to the people in the last days. Why you don't know this?
And I got one thing too. How can you be anti-Shemitic towards a group of people that are not even the real Jews? Because they have to be a Jew in order you have to hate a Jew in order to be anti-Shemitic. But they're not a Jew.
But see, we gotta
go. Can I get Revelation 2:9?
Hold up. We ain't going there. This is why we ain't going there. You know why? Because we can read that. That's why the class is Christian church is anti-Shemitic. Because if we deal with the Bible, what is the Bible, as they try to say? What kind of religious book is the Bible? It's a Christian book. You feel me? Mm-hmm. You gotta come at that angle. Now we can read 2 and 9 out of a Christian book. You feel me? Now, if this is a Christian book and they got this in a Christian book, what should we say then? Right. Who is the anti-Shemitic one? Right. Who? Revelations 2, verse 9. Okay. I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich.
But thou art rich.
Not that aspect. Leave that part alone.
All right, go ahead.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
And are not. The blasphemy, the great lie, the great disrespect. Keep going.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
But are what?
The synagogue of Satan.
The synagogue of Satan. This is coming out of the Bible. This is not my words. This is not what we're saying. This is thus saith the Most High through the Bible. It's calling these quote unquote Jewish people that they are the synagogue of Satan. Because who are the only people on this earth right now that are claiming that they are Jews and are established as them being the Jews and are widely known throughout the world? Them. So they're nothing but the synagogue of Satan. They have continually perpetuated this lie that they are the real Jews, but they are not, according to the scriptures. So the Christians got to deal with that.
The Christians don't have to deal with it.
They got to deal with it,
man.
The
Christians don't have to deal with it because the Christians are anti-Shemitic.
That's crazy.
That's the title of the class. We're here to prove that Christians are anti-Shemitic, why y'all don't attack them? We're reading out of a Christian book called the Bible. You literally stole their Tanakh and put it in your book and said, no, this is a Christian book now. But it got the same elements as the Torah and the Tanakh. And we added the New Testament. Some Jewish people don't even believe in the New Testament. They got different sects of Jewish people. Some believe in the New, some don't. You feel me? So are they at war with themselves? Would you call the one that believe in the New Testament anti-Semitic? Because he deals with a book that has other elements to it and not just the Tanakh? See, most people don't even understand the difference between the Torah, the Tanakh, and the Bible. The Torah is just the first 5 books of the Bible. The Tanakh is the Psalms, the Proverbs, the prophets. I should have brought my Tanakh tonight. And you see the stone edition of the Tanakh I have. It's big. It's written in modern Hebrew, which I can write. Can't speak it fluently, but I can write in it. I speak the ancient Lashon Kodash, so I can look at them letters. Oh, that letter is this, so this is how I would pronounce the word. I would pronounce it Yahawada. My brother online, he say Yahuwada. You feel me? Newer age would say Yehuda, Ataya Yehudi. You feel me? All these different stuff. Because when we say that, you're not the Jew, you're not Judah. And like I just posted, they will either tell you they either Judah or Levi. They don't care about the rest of the tribes. So if you don't care about the rest of the tribes, why I can't say I'm from the tribe of Benjamin then? Why I can't say I'm from the tribe of Dan, Manasseh, Issachar? What are Issacharites saying? If you Jewish, show me an Issacharite. Show me a Jewish man that's standing up saying, hey, I'm from the tribe of Issachar. You won't find it. Because I done asked a couple of Jews, hey, what tribe are you from? And they automatically assimilate zeets to the rabbi. So when I walk around with my zeets on, I told you at my previous job, I'm walking around with zeets on, and dude, I've been working there for 4 years. Dude finally see him and like, I didn't know you was a rabbi. I said, wait, what? Huh? Yeah, my rabbi wear those. I looked at dude like, really? You should be wearing them. If you say you're a Jew, if you say you're Jewish, you should be wearing them as well. This was always given to the Israelites. It wasn't just given to just the Levites. Where you get that from? But I digress, and I didn't say too much tough with the dude. I just looked at it and said, that's why I'm coming in on Saturdays. Even though y'all Jewish people, y'all work on Saturday. Where they do that? The women that worked there was Jewish. All they got on is pants and stuff. When I even went to go buy my stone edition of my Tanakh, you feel me? I'm in there. That dude in there saying Shabbat Shalom to everybody that was walking out that mug because I got it on the Friday. When I bought it, and they looking at me like, why is he getting that? They laughing at me. I can see dude laughing. Why are you picking that up for? Why are you grabbing that for? How much this one cost? Oh, this for real? Well, I'm gonna go get the bigger one. Let's see if I got more information than that. And it break down a lot of stuff in there about certain words when it translate over. You feel me? But we done did our research. We dive into this, and that's what the thing is about. I hope I'm gonna go ahead and post that too. I'm gonna put that up there. The lost prophets and the writings, and they like to deal with the Talmud anyway. They don't do the Tanakh away, and they deal with the Talmud. You hear them say that a lot. That's what they like to go by. What's in the Talmud? We can care less what's written in the Tanakh. We're gonna go with what's written in the Talmud because this is oral traditions, and we believe that more than anything. But I digress on that. You got a scripture you looking at? No?
Not a good one.
Not a good one? Yeah. All right. Because again, I wasn't really going to dive too much in the scripture. I really want to deal in more in history tonight. And it's just common history that people should know, but I understand, as they say, common sense ain't common. You feel me? Because we're dealing with Christian church is anti-Shemitic. They stealing birthrights. I say I'm an Israelite. Never said I was the Jewish or a Jew. Say I'm an Israelite. Because that's what this Bible talks about, being an Israelite. They don't call themselves Israelites. They call themselves Israeli. Right? Israeli, right? Israelite?
Yeah,
That's the closest.
It's Israeli.
Israeli.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's what they call themselves.
Even the term Jewish-ish, something to pertain to, but not really.
We say this time and time again. We go over this time and time again. But why such a battle towards these people? When I can't say towards these people, but towards people who stand up. Kanye, Ivory, Omar Stoudemire. Matter of fact, let me find that clip real quick. Because I ain't even hear what Omar Stoudemire had to say about Kyrie Irving. Now, Omar Stoudemire should have been trying to stand up, saying, yeah, man, we are them people. How long is this clip? 4 minutes. I'm going to play this clip real quick. Let me get it to it. I ain't even look at this clip yet.
What does it mean to change the game? Is it a single moment?
Trying to get this out of the way.
Happens? Or do you build?
Oh, there we go. I don't know. I could just pause it there. He's got their ads. Boom. So let me hear what Omar Stoudemire got to say. All right, family, I'm about to share my own screen. You about to dive into Omar Stoudemire because he knows he's the chosen. But let's see what he got to say. Is he going to back our boy up, or he just going to leave him out there to hang?
Into the Nets handling of Kyrie. Amari Stoudemire, six-time All-Star, joining the conversation. Amari, you bring a very unique perspective. Obviously, we all know the success you had with Nash on the court, and then you were an assistant on the Nets, and also you're a black man who is Jewish. What was your reaction to Kyrie?
He is a black man that is Jewish.
Two words I despise.
He is a black man that is Jewish. Let's see what they say. Let's see.
I mean, my initial reaction was, what I've noticed throughout the years of Kyrie is that he's a guy who's really trying to find his identity, right? He's on this quest of searching for information and knowledge, and while acquiring this type of information, you got to be more mindful of doing more research, checking your sources, reviewing before you actually, promote anything. Right, exactly. And I think that's something that Kyrie's probably lacking right now, is that he's not really doing the full vetting of what he's promoting, and I think that's getting him into trouble.
See, now here he go using the word promoting. Because you gotta understand, he's doing it how I would do it at work. I wear my zeets, you feel me? And when there's too many people come up, ask too many questions, oh man, I just follow Torah. I keep it simple, because I understand you gotta be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. But this is the same man. But I forget the football player. I want to say it was Reggie White that was coming to the understanding as well. But hey, man, we got to do it like this. That's in a sense what he's trying to say. Let's see what else.
Absolutely.
I want to get to Kyrie Irving in 1 second, but I want to make a bigger point that I think a lot of people have missed that is worth our attention and time. So over the last several days, I've heard a lot of people come out and speak against Kyrie Irving, right? Which they should. I get it. On the lack of due diligence. I watched the entire film. I watched the entire thing. There's a lot of things in the film I disagree with. The curiosity nature of it is interesting. But I will say this. Where is that same attention and energy for the platform that is promoting it and profiting off of it?
Oh.
I don't hear any of that talk around Jeff Bezos and Amazon. I don't hear anybody talking about that. I hear everybody skewing their anger towards Kyrie for taking a picture of it and tweeting about it. Now, there deserves to be more context there from Kyrie. I think where Kyrie lost.
But Kyrie said he don't promote the whole thing. He already said that.
He said no.
But let's see.
A lot of people is the unwillingness to go to the podium and expound upon the points that he learned from watching this.
Right.
Right. And actually coming out and saying, I don't stand about calling Jewish people the devil.
Right.
And there was a lot of misinformation, but this is my main point from watching this. But I go back to the bigger macro point.
One thing. It is.
Look, I see. She had to cut him off.
She irks my spirit when I heard her speaking, bro.
But see, what does the word devil mean? That's it. The word devil only means deceiver. So are they deceiving people? Yes or no? To deceive, so now mind you, it ain't just them. If you pay attention to us, we call TD Jakes a devil. We call Cleflo Take Your Dollars a devil. You feel me? It ain't just limited to just them. It could be Christ even called Peter Satan. What's wrong with that? If Peter can be called Satan and he's the number one man for Yahushua, come on now. You feel me? But that's why they want to, again, there's a lot of educated brothers when it comes to Israelites. Excuse me, Salak, I don't know where that just came from. I'm probably one of the ones that I see where people be trying to go with their questioning. I know how to answer you to have your whole brain confounded. I'm having you short circuiting up there. You feel me? But I got brothers like Priest Daniela. That boy got books on top of books that will prove the facts. You feel me? Books on top of books that will prove this thing. We didn't write these books. The books were there. General Hashar, you feel me, from AOC, powerful brother, got books on top of books, documentaries that he'll put together from slides from what these people done said. Popes, all of them. You feel me? We have the information. I just call them two out because I done seen the information they done put together. Like, dang, bet, let me go get this book. Let me go jump on this book. And that's what they do. When they see Amazon see that these books are on the rise when we buy them, guess what it do? It makes the book go up in price. So sometimes we don't tell you what book it is, because if we tell, guess what the book is going to do? It's going to go up in price. So when we try to give people a book, or we even try to sell the books ourselves, we ain't going to be able to sell it for $10, $15. We're going to have to sell it for $40, $70, $140, $300, $500. You feel me? Because Amazon is going up on the prices of the book. We literally watch them go up on the price of these books. It's a book right now that was $15 is down to $700 right now.
Yeah.
Because we posted it in the group.
There's another book that we got for Lee County. I forgot the name of the book, but the price range of that book jumped up from being $25 to $500, $600 after there was a brother that was on the Vlad, and he was talking about it. He was talking about how it had pictures of slaves being cooked alive and having these gruesome pictures in it. And this soon after that interview, that book rose up to like $1,000 easily.
Why? Because they know a Negro got enough on his plate to sit around and buy these books.
Right.
You feel me?
Irresponsible, even if you have curiosity. It is irresponsible to amplify messages from Hitler.
I agree.
On any
He never once said anything about it. He never once said that.
Listen to what she said. It is your listen to how she put it.
To amplify messages. It is irresponsible.
I agree with you, Molly.
Man, my bad.
This is my main point from watching this. But I go back to the bigger macro point.
One thing. It is irresponsible, even if you have curiosity. It is irresponsible to amplify messages from Hitler.
I agree.
On any,
So now, you're responsible to, and when you amplify messages from Hitler, that whole thing wasn't about Hitler. Why would you say that?
Feelings. She's so.
Now she didn't watch it. So how did she? She didn't watch it. He said he watched it. He saw some stuff he didn't agree with, but did you go do the research to see why you don't agree with it? Now, a lot of people that say they wouldn't agree with it coming from a Christian standpoint. But dude, do you realize Christians are anti-Semitic as well? Think about it. And boy, I want to try to put it on a bigger, and I might go ahead and go on Clubhouse. If y'all got Clubhouse, I need y'all to hop on Clubhouse, because tomorrow I might create a page, a group on Clubhouse saying Christian churches are anti-Semitic. That's going to be my theme for the rest of this year, maybe. Yes, they keep putting it out. Huh?
Put it on the shirt.
Put it on the shirt?
Put it on the shirt.
I'm going to put it on the shirt and sell the shirt.
Put it on the shirt.
White lives matter. You feel me?
And that's not, I just want to make that, and you didn't allude to that, but ever under.
But see, you didn't allude to that, but he just told you that neither did Kyrie. He just sat up there and said he watched it. But y'all own Kyrie, but you ain't say nothing until the who owns Amazon?
Jeff Bezos.
And what is he? What's his name? Let's see. Let's do a spot on quick check real quick to see what kind of person he is. What Jeff Bezos? Jeff Bezos. Is that gonna do? Okay, boom. Let's see what he is. CEO. Is they gonna say his national? Oh, they say he is an American entrepreneur. Okay, he is an American man making money. I wish I could see what he is.
If you go further, you can find it, but you can probably find it. But they most of them have that. They'll say that he's an American entrepreneur rather than his heritage.
Oh, he's Danish. But as you know, but he's a Baptist. He's a Baptist making money off of it. Christians are anti-Shemitic as well.
Under any circumstance.
Yes, so why is it on a major platform? Why is the major platform amplifying it? Kyrie amplified it to 14.7 million. I think that's a great point. But the platform is profiting and promoting it to billions of people. So the anti-Semitism, if that is a thing, and I've called a lot of my Jewish friends, we have talked about this. I get it. Kyrie Irving deserves a lot of heat. Then put heat towards something where it deserves it too. And that's on the platform. And I feel like that whole thing is being missed here as everybody.
But see, I'm glad he's out and he's saying that. Y'all on him, but what about him? You demonizing him because he's black. But a white dude is making a guap from it.
Twitter and Amazon. They both making bread off that.
Come on, man.
Twitter, Amazon, Instagram right now, heated. Everybody. People that deactivated their Instagram, reactivating it just to see what's going on Instagram right now.
Like, I get Kanye tagged onto it. It's a bigger conversation.
You're right, but that doesn't also excuse
it. Doesn't excuse it. I'm saying
it. See, she started trying to keep it on Kanye. Shay said, "You know what? You're right. Let's call Jeff Bezos up right now and bring him on the show and see what he got to say about it." They ain't do that. She supposed to agree with him, but you see how she's like, "No, what are you doing? Don't talk about Mr. White Man. No. How Kevin Hart do it? No."
It excuse the Nets from not punishing him.
See, the Nets for punishing him for watching something that's on a platform. He didn't go to no secret spot to watch this. He went to Amazon and watched it. Come on. But you want a team to penalize him for that.
And anyway, and Stephen A., I want you to get in here on the Nets handling of Kyrie.
Look, Stephen A., I want you to get in here. The man that's not stable either.
Well, a couple of things. Number one. Jay, you're not wrong. But how many times have I had to lecture you, my brother, on the fact that it's not about you being wrong, because you're not wrong, but accept reality for what it is. I remember when the hip-hop industry was religiously excoriated for their lyrics, but we didn't pay any attention to the companies hiring them and pushing artists to do the things that they did as it pertained to the lyrics they spewed and what have you. We didn't pay nearly as much attention to the record companies as much as attention as we paid to the artists.
I'm gonna pause right here. Now, I'm gonna have to bring this out real quick. You feel me? Sorry, we're not going over a lot of scriptures today, family. I'm just hitting you with straight information that you can go check out. Now, believe it or not, because of the Second Amendment thing that's going on right now, and because of school shootings and the mass shootings, don't you know they're going after the gun manufacturers because of what a person did with the gun? How would you go after the manufacturer because they took a weapon and did what they did to it?
They don't have no
so the same way that they go at the manufacturer, why are you not going at the people who promote this stuff? Amazon. And he just brought it out when the rappers are talking about whoop this trick and all this other stuff.
I don't know, never go at the record labels.
The record labels. But who own the record labels?
Nobody want to talk about that.
But we know who owns them. You know how we know? Because they put it in the show called Straight Outta Compton. Who was the manager of Ruthless? Eazy-E, and who was his homeboy? And he even said, "You saying this about me? I'm gonna get my Jewish friends to try to counsel you, Ice Cube." You feel me? But where they talk about this stuff at? Sorry again, family, we ain't hitting these scriptures tonight, but hey, man.
That's a long-held argument that no one can deny, yet no one really, really cares about.
What? No one cares about the people that makes money from this stuff. We only gonna talk about the people who promote it, though.
At the end of the day, Jeff Bezos is worth billions upon billions upon billions of dollars, and we know that, okay? We know how much money he's worth. You know that you can sit up there and compromise his bottom line if, you call out Amazon for putting it on their platform, blah, 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 right? We know that. But at the end of the day, Kyrie Irving is a superstar athlete who decided to do what he did in terms of promoting and pushing it. He says he didn't promote, but when you put it on your platform, and you're talking about, it was the truth, well, then evidently that's how you feel and you were promoting it. So he's talking out of both sides of his mouth there. Having said all of that, here's what it comes down to when we look at the Nets situation. The Nets have handled Kyrie badly from day one because what they did was they allowed him to come into the organization and basically say, you could do what you want to do.
So basically what Stephen A. Smith is saying, because y'all ain't put this nigga on a yoke, now he's acting amok. Because y'all didn't decide to whip this slave and to show this slave that he's still a slave at the end of the day, now y'all got a problem. Now y'all got a wild nigga on y'all hands. That's what Stephen A. Smith is basically saying. It's the God honest truth. The fact that these people are even like trying to say that Kyrie deserves to get in trouble. These is what these people sound like. Hold on, let me get it. These is what these people basically sound like. To me. Where is it?
Got it.
This is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are around about us, for since we departed from them, we had much sorrow.
Wait, and say that part again. Let's make a covenant with who?
Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
When you make a covenant with the heathen, you know what you're doing? What you said, John? You making sure the world loves you.
Right.
When you make a covenant with the heathen, the world will love you. Right. And with the world loves you, the world is your oyster.
Right.
What did Satan do with Christ? Brought him up to the mountain. Look, man, you see all this stuff? Anything you want, you can have. Just bow down to me. Make a covenant with me. Say the world is your friend. And we already know if you're a friend of the world, what are you? Yeah, that's it. Enemy unto the Most High.
Right.
James 4:4. I believe that's where it's at. James 4:4. Yep.
This is the book of James, chapter 4, verse 4.
Yep.
Ye adulterer and adulteresses.
Yep.
Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God?
It is what?
Is enmity with God.
Keep going.
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world.
But God loves the world.
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
That's it, man. You are an enemy of God, man. You can't get around that. I ain't gonna hold y'all up no more, man. I hit you with a slam of scripture at the end. Hey, that boy hit it at the end. What you said? I'm gonna leave that right there. Because when you become a friend of the world, you become a sellout. You're selling your people out for a little or nothing. Hopefully you can reverse that. But when you reverse it, you're gonna go through a bunch of ridicule, just how Kanye going through it. You feel me? Kanye worth billions and billions of dollars. But you see what they did to Kanye? They started pulling all his contracts. So the same way you can pull Kanye contracts, guess what you can do to Jeff Bezos? That's his name, Jeff Bezos, right? Pull his contracts. Pull his stuff. Stop buying Amazon. But them cats ain't about to stop buying Amazon right now. Nobody's about to stop trying to get stuff from Amazon. You're not. They're gonna stay on that.
I got another precept. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
Yep.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Can't beat that.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, that thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away.
You can't trust him, man.
Now, the reason I pull this precept is because Kanye and Kyrie kind of had this thing of trust with these people. You know what I'm saying? They trusted in these people. You get what you know what I'm saying? Like
they're my friend.
Yeah, they're my friends. You know, they talk good about him when he was doing good. But now that that Kanye and Kyrie started going against the flow of the river of media of being a nigga and decided and said, no, let me keep the commandments. Now you saw the iron. Now you saw that rust that was on that iron, that wickedness that they had upon him. Look how Stephen A is calling him out. Look how that lady was being so emotional and was quick to say, oh, he was quoting Hitler, this and this and that. That's false information. That's assuming. That's bearing false witness according to the scriptures now. That's a sin.
But they don't care about that. Christ came. Oh. But hey,
I got a precept for that too.
No, stop. Here you go.
I got a precept for that too. Talking about Christ came. Christ came and
stop.
Come on, man.
Stop. We're not going there because you're going that way. We try to stay on Christian church is anti-Shemitic. That's it. So, hey, try to tune in. Most I'm willing, I can put this thing on Clubhouse. You feel me? So we can dive into it on Clubhouse. I want to see what the people got to say when I post that. Christian church is anti-Semitic. Speak on it. And that's what I'm going to say. Speak on it. And I want to see if people, how could you say that? And I'm going to take them to the scripture he wanted to go over. Not 2:14, but 2 and 9. Well, this is what I read in the Christian Bible. How's that not but anti-Semitic? They called them the synagogue of Satan. They called them the synagogue of Satan. That's what the Bible says. I'm reading. I say all I want to do is read one Bible scripture to you. Revelations 2:9. 3:9. Who he read that? Get 3:9 real quick. Because I want to know who they're going to bow to. And 3:9. Who are these people bow to? Let's see.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet.
Who is that? Who is that they're going to be worshiping before? The people that say they're Jews, who feet they're going to be worshiping at? The Christians' feet? Anti-Semitic. Done. What else can you say? What else can you say? Who is that talking about? If I'm reading a Christian book, this is about Christians who gave their life over to God. If you says the sinner's prayer and God so love me and I forgive and do this and that. Who is this talking about? Huh? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? I'm just saying. With that, I'm going to say Shalom, family, the water for logging in. Hey, pass this video around to your friends. I could care less. Let them dive in and see what they got to say if they're a Christian. Let them know you anti-Semitic too, right along with Kyrie Irving. I was about to call him Irving Kyrie, but Kyrie Irving. And with that, I say Shalom, family, the water again for logging in with us. We're going to be up to date with this here. We might put little tidbits up on community page to see what's going on and follow this. The brother told me the man about to give $500. I mean, not 500, 500,000 to these Jewish people like that Nick Cannon did. It seems like every time somebody talk out against them, they get hit with something to where they got 500,000. Don't you know that's over $500,000?
Right.
Is that true? I got to find that out, man. How you gonna go and give them $500,000? Come get the Light of Zion 20,000, man. We'll back you. We'll be at the game every time they show up to a game. We at a game with you, and
wearing our shirts,
Israelite, shirts, garments.
Israelite.
We're gonna be garment down on the sideline. You feel me? And be letting them know who got next. Who got next? You feel me? And they're chanting that out. For how long?
Forever and ever.
For how long?
Forever and ever.
What we gonna do?
Take the kingdom.
What we gonna do?
Take the kingdom.
How we gonna take the kingdom?
By Hashem Mashiach Yahushua.
How?
By Hashem Mashiach Yahushua.
One more time. How we gonna take the kingdom?
By Hashem Mashiach Yahushua.
We're gonna take the kingdom in the name of Jesus Christ. That's what we're saying in the Hebrew tongue. If you didn't understand that. With that, I say shalom, family.